Hey, you guys. We're live. We're live. We're live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday, you guys. Happy Saturday. I didn't even know what day it was. Looks like my eyes a little. Happy Saturday, you guys. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. I'm on the computer. We're going to see how long this lasts, hopefully all night. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me clearly. Welcome, 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 you guys. Happy December 13th. December 13th. Let me see. Let me get you all some. We have a masterclass coming up this week on Thursday, the 18th. It's absolutely free. Happy Saturday, Yule Williams, 1082. Welcome. You can hear me and see me clearly, loud and clear. Good job, us. Look, good job, us. I'm here a few minutes early just to make sure everything's working. We have a masterclass coming up on Thursday, December 18th at 7 p.m. Central. It's probably going to be like the last masterclass. Welcome, Isabel from Cali. It'll probably be the last masterclass of 2025. It's free. It's Thursday. I'm going to put up the link so y'all can register. I see a ton of y'all have already registered for it. The link is also down below in the description if you are watching the replay of this. The live masterclass that is next Thursday, December 18th, that is absolutely free. I'm going to drop it in the chat, but it's also in the description below this video. So welcome, you guys. Tell me where you're from. I know Isabel is from California. Tell me where you're from. Let me know what you got going on. The new foreclosure numbers are out, so you know we are talking that tonight. We're going to go over top cities, states, counties with the most foreclosures, REOs, foreclosure starts. We got to catch up. We got to catch up to what's going on right now. So tell me where you are from so I can see that. North Carolina. Welcome from North Carolina. Y'all on the list. Y'all were like I feel like y'all are top 20. South Carolina is like top 5. North Carolina, I think y'all are top 10 or top 20. Greensboro, look, everybody from North Carolina on here tonight. Greensboro. I'm trying to find the link to drop it in the chat so y'all can register for the free masterclass. Real quick, I don't want to jinx us, but you know if the Wi-Fi starts acting up, if you're new here and the Wi-Fi starts acting up, just log out, log back in, and I'll be on my phone. Okay, we're going to keep the party going. So, North Carolina, California. Let me drop the link so y'all can come to the masterclass. It's absolutely free, you guys. Absolutely free. Harlem, New York. That's what I'm talking about. New York City is on the foreclosure list. I think y'all are top. I don't know. We'll go over the list so I can say, but I know New York is on the list. North Carolina is on the list. California is on the list. Texas was on the list. Delaware is number 1. Delaware has moved on up the list to number 1. Maryland, y'all are on the list. Everybody in the chat needs to be working foreclosures. Y'all need to be working the distressed market. Those are your orders if you choose to accept them. Let me drop this in the chat for you guys. And then we will get started here. We got 1 minute. Let everybody get the alert that I am live. Let me drop the chat. Here you go, you guys. Okay. Philly, y'all on the list too. Everybody on the list. Everybody on the list. That is the list for the masterclass. I just pinned it. Click on it. It's absolutely free. It's the December masterclass. It's next Thursday. Okay. Register for that. It'll be live. It'll be me teaching. So it is 6:59. Let's jump in here. Let me do my quick intro. New video up on the YouTube channel. I just put that up. So y'all go watch that. So you guys, it's almost 7 o'clock. It's almost 7. 7 o'clock on the dot. So you guys, welcome. I'm Ashley Pickens. If you are new here, I've been in real estate since 2006. Next year will be my 20th year being licensed as a real estate agent. I've been a real estate agent, real estate broker, but y'all know me as your auction mama, right? I'm here, Memphis, Tennessee, Look, I'm trying to think. Did I tell y'all everything? I auction off properties. I'm the one that says going once, going twice, sold at the courthouse. So here in Memphis, all the way to Jackson, all the way to Nashville, parts of Mississippi, and all the little rural counties down here in the South. So I am an auctioneer. And I also try to come on here and teach you all about the foreclosure distressed market. I work the distressed market. I always say that. I used to work retail, the regular residential market. Now I work distressed market. That's short sales, foreclosures, airship properties. That is what I work. I work with distressed homeowners. Most of my clients are the banks, asset managers, and investors. That is what I do. It was something on my screen. So that is what I specialize in. And I try to come on here and teach y'all, and I host master classes so y'all learn. Welcome. So I got Charlotte, North Carolina, Philly, Maryland, Harlem, Greensboro, North Carolina, California. Welcome, you guys, from the east to the west coast. Welcome. So let's jump in here tonight. I have not been on here in a while, but let's talk foreclosure numbers. Okay, let's talk foreclosures. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. Greensboro, North Carolina, y'all welcome. Y'all in here tonight, aren't you? Baltimore, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Florida. You know, y'all stay on the list in Florida. Stay on the list. Florida, Texas, on the list constantly. So let's talk. Y'all, I get nervous about sharing my screen because, you know, that's when the Wi-Fi started acting up. Should I try to share my screen or should I just read it to y'all? What do you think I should do? But we've got a master class. Houston, Texas. You know y'all on the list, Houston. Y'all know. Houston is on the list. Houston, Texas. Texas is at like the top of the list for foreclosure starts, REO properties, REO foreclosures and auctions. Like Texas is like at the top of all the lists right now. If I lived in Houston, if I lived in Texas in general, I would work the distressed market. I would start learning foreclosures. I would try to start listing for the bank. Huntsville, Alabama, I see you. I would do all of that. Like, you're going to be busy if you live in Texas. But you don't have to take my word for it. I'm just telling you what I would do. Really, foreclosures, try to talk to homeowners, because 2026, you guys, when the bottom falls out, do not say that I didn't warn you. Don't say that I didn't warn you, okay? And that is what the masterclass on Thursday is all about. We're talking pre-foreclosures, auctions, REO properties, and how to prepare for 2026 and beyond, okay? So I just put the link. The link is in the chat. It's pinned to the top. It's absolutely free, okay? So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. We're going to get started because you came for a good time and not a long time, right? Right. So getting paid with foreclosures. What you asking me, S. Joyce Boyer? How to get paid with tell me what you asking me. And then I'm going to answer it for you, I promise. And then I'll answer it. Getting paid with foreclosures. What's the question? Yes. How do you get paid with foreclosures? Is that what you're asking me? Like how to work that angle of foreclosures? So if that's the question, you know that I work the pre-foreclosure side. That's homeowners who are behind on their mortgage. I reach out to them. Y'all know I send letters, I call, I do all the things, right? To try to keep them from going up for auction, to try to help them save their home, right? So I try to talk to them, offer my assistance. I lead with love, okay? And then if they want to sell it, I help them sell their property. Boom. That's the pre-foreclosure side. Auction side, this is what the masterclass is going to be on. Then the auction side, you know, you can buy foreclosures at the auction, right? And then the REO side, if you're an agent, you can list for the bank. You can do BPOs. Y'all know I started doing BPOs for the bank. I've got to document this for y'all so y'all can watch the glow up, right? We were talking about that in the mentorship last week. Like we wish people would have documented 2006, 2007, 2008, but that was kind of before people were really social media in, right? You know what I mean? But I wish agents, you know, could have documented. So I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to document like what happens now? This foreclosure wave that's coming, like BPOs, listing for the banks, REOs. Welcome, Raymond. Raymond, welcome. Um, so that's the goal. But I've been doing BPOs. Y'all know I got certified in October. Is that when I went through that certification in October? I have gotten a property every single day of this month. I'm at property number 13. I got it yesterday. So I've had a property bank and asset managers have sent me a property every single day that I got to drive by, check occupancy. It just depends on what it is. It just depends on what the assignment is. If it's drive by, try to see occupancy, if it's vacant, what repairs are needed, how much I think it's worth. Or sometimes it's interior inspections, right? Like they've already moved out, and to see what kind of repairs the property needs on the inside. And then I report back to the bank and tell them that. But the end game is to list for the bank too, to do REO properties. But you have to do BPOs to get to the REOs so we can have all the zeros in our bank accounts. Everybody follow me on that. So I've gotten a property every single day. And I'm like at the low end of the totem pole. Like my people in Virginia, Kia, Averill in Texas, Sharon in Texas, they're getting like 30 and 40 properties. Kia, like on December 2nd, when I checked in with her, I'm like, how many properties have you gotten for the month? December 2nd, she's like, I got 27. The bank sent her like 27 properties at one time. So, yeah, it's crazy. And she's in Virginia. Sharon's in like Dallas area. And I asked her how many she had so far, and she had like 30 so far. Like the bank sends them in like bundles. I'm down here in Memphis. I haven't made it to me yet, but at least I've got one a day. I've been getting one property a day from the bank. So I'm happy about that. Scott from St. Louis, Missouri. Scott from St. Louis. I love when names are like that. Yeah, for BPOs, Katrina. Yeah. Ashley from Albuquerque. You know how they be having. Scott from St. Louis. You know what I mean. Tina from Texas. So let's jump in. Let's talk foreclosure numbers. Let's do all that real quick. If you just came in, masterclass on Thursday, it's free. Link is in the chat at the top. Okay. And that's why I've also added a whole BPO section to the mentorship, right? Because now everybody's kind of doing BPOs and REOs and listing with the banks. Well, I learned what a BPO is in the masterclass. Absolutely, Cynthia. So if you didn't know what a BPO is, you guys, I'm sorry, because I know I started talking real estate. Broker price opinion. Broker price opinion. Okay. So a BPO is the bank will send a broker or an agent out and go look at a property. Like if it's in foreclosure or they're behind on their payments, you are the eyes for the bank, right? The bank will send you an address, give you instructions, go drive by, see if it's vacant. Is it occupied? Do you see any repairs from the outside? And then you report back to the bank, let them know, give your opinion, broker price opinion. Sometimes you have to send comps over, comparables, like 3 properties that are active on the market, 3 properties that have sold, kind of like an appraisal, but not an appraisal. And then you give them your opinion on how much you think that property is worth, right? And they're doing this for foreclosures. Like if a homeowner is behind on their mortgage 3-4 months, they're about to go into foreclosure, they'll send you out there to be their eyes and come back and let them know. So that's what I'm saying. So I've gotten a property every single day. I'm down here in Memphis in Tennessee, but my people in Texas, Virginia, Texas, my Texas agents are getting like 30 properties, 30 and 40 properties at a time. You know what I mean? So they send them in bundles. But that's what a BPO is, right? Once it gets to you as a realtor, does it work like a regular transaction, or is it more paperwork involved? So definitely it's going to be more paperwork involved because it's a bank property, but it's still the same traditional way as far as the buyer. Like a buyer can get financing on REO properties, right? You can get conventional 203K, 203H, VA, all private money, hard money when you buy a REO property. So for the buyer side, they just sign a little bit more papers. They can do inspections. They put down earnest money. For me, the agent, if the bank is my client, right? Because I'm representing the bank, which is the seller. Like, we do some paperwork, but it's not, you know what I mean? And they still pay your 3% commission, 6% commission. Because I know on the retail side, y'all are in that battle over there with commissions. So the banks pay commissions, you know what I mean? So this is the side I work on. I got pre-foreclosures. I'm your auction mama. And now I'm going to list for the banks and do REOs and BPOs and all the O's. You know what I mean? So that's what we've incorporated into the mentorship in 2026, right? Because everybody's trying to do BPOs and list with the banks because they see all these foreclosures coming, right? So I'm incorporating that. So mentorship in 2026, the first 30 minutes will be BPOs, REOs, how to scale processes, platforms. You get revisions. Like when you do BPOs, they give you grades, right? Like they will grade it. You get a grade and a score. Like if you turn it in on time, if you turn it in early, you get revisions. So all that kind of stuff, we're going to teach and learn that. And then 7:30 on, it's the rest of the mentorship, right? Pre-foreclosures, how to reach out to homeowners, writing offers, talking to the banks. Boom. That's what it is. So boom. Okay, you guys, let's talk about foreclosure numbers. I know I can talk so much. But if you have questions, let me know. Jump in. I'm a little nervous to share my screen, but we're going to share it, okay? Y'all know how this works. If the Wi-Fi starts acting up, we're going to go to the phone. So just refresh and I'll be back, but I'll be on the phone, okay? Deal? Deal. Okay. So when you do a BPO for the bank, how closely does the bank follow the valuation? That's a great question. You know what I mean? I think because I have not got to the REO side yet. I've done an REO, but I didn't have to do a BPO before it, right? But from what I understand, I think they follow it pretty closely. I think, you know what I mean? They take your opinion of it. They probably look at how much that homeowner owed when they went into foreclosure, right? And they go from there because they're really just trying to recoup their money. You know what I mean? They're trying to get some money back. So that's a good question. I don't know. Follow along for more, Yule. When I figure it out, I'll let you know. And then we'll see if anybody's on here who does REOs. If any of my people get on here, they'll answer that question too for us. But good question. Don't worry. I'm going to document this whole method for you. I'm going to try to take video and stuff. I can't share addresses and stuff like that, but at least I can kind of let y'all know what's going on and that kind of stuff. So let's jump into let's pray, you guys, that the Wi-Fi stays strong. Okay. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to hope that this works out. Okay. Window, share. Hold on. Let's stop here because I'm doing too much. Hold on, you guys. You think I should try, or y'all just want me to read to you the states? Maybe I should just read it to you and not try to share my whole screen. Because sometimes it just does not work out for me. But clearly, I don't believe fat meat is greasy, so I'm still going to try to share. Okay. So, can we see my screen? Yes? Yes. I know y'all can see my screen. Yes. Blink if you can see my screen. Blink if you can see my screen. Yes. Y'all can see? Okay, cool. So, I like to talk about Warren Tracker, WARNTRACKER. This talks about jobs that are laying off across the country. You know what I mean? And we need to keep up with that. So we haven't been on here in a while. So I want us to see Warren Tracker. CD, I just saw your comment. You're right. I need to do something, right? I need to get it together. Pray for all the things. Pray for all the things in 2026. So, let's look at Warren Tracker. This lets you know all the companies that have been companies that are laying off or have laid off in 2025. And since we're coming to the end of the year, we can kind of see. Look at California. 90,000 people got laid off in California. Can y'all see that? This is Warren Tracker. 90,000. Texas, 22,000. Illinois, 15,000 people have been laid off. I'm always like, I hope these people didn't just buy a house. You know what I mean? Pennsylvania. I think it's just a really good site. Wells Fargo is about to start laying off. I don't know if y'all saw this at the top. It tells you, look, Wells Fargo just announced they're laying off in Oregon, Iowa, California. The layoff date is February 2nd. If you work for Wells Fargo, they laying off, just so you know. And it tells you the notice date and the layoff date. So just so you know, in case you work at some of these companies and they didn't tell you, if they've been whispering in the back room about layoffs, or if you get a little meeting on your calendar with HR, you know what it is. You know what it is, right? So that's just a site that I like to share with you all. Warn Tracker, WARNTRACKER. Let's also look at daily job cuts. Can y'all see my screen? Did it change? Blink if my screen changed. Somebody's going to have to blink for me. Ramon, somebody going to have to blink. Did my screen change to daily job cuts? Are we still there? Thank you. Okay, there we go. So daily job cuts. I just try to share some different websites with you so you can see what's going on in case they're not talking about it in the, in the news. So daily job cuts, they talk about, this side is all the companies that are laying off. This side is the companies that are filing bankruptcy and closing down, right? So this is just another site that you should be fully aware. Not Cracker Barrel laying off, not Cracker Barrel. So, and this side is the companies that are filing bankruptcy, okay? So just in case you were wondering what's going on across the country, if you didn't know, that's what's going on. Hello, Zandria. Welcome. So now let's talk about foreclosures. Boom, boom, boom. What we all came for, right? Adam data. Let's start with foreclosures for November. Can y'all see my screen? It changed. Blink if you can see my screen. Blink if you can see my screen. Blink, blink. If you just came in, the free masterclass link is in the top, is in the chat. Or if you're watching the replay, the masterclass link is in the description. Thank you for blinking, you guys. Thank you. So foreclosure activity climbs annually for 9th straight month. Foreclosures have been increasing almost every month, you guys. We're not surprised. We have not foreclosed on people since COVID. So it is about time. In the last, COVID, it'll be 6 years next month, right? 6 years in 2026. Can you believe it's been 6 years since COVID? So these banks struggling to hold on the banks are struggling to hold on. So let's read this. I'll read it out loud. Don't worry, I won't call on any of you. So November 2025 foreclosure market report shows there were a total of 35,651 properties with foreclosure filings. So I've said this before, you guys. Foreclosure, 3 phases, right? 3 phases of the foreclosure process. First phase, that homeowner gets behind on their mortgage and that notice of sale or notice of default is filed. The second phase, the auction is scheduled. Cue your auction mama. That's the second phase. And the third and final phase is the lender repossesses the property, also known as REO properties. So for November, we had 35,651 properties somewhere in one of those 3 phases of foreclosure, okay? And that is up 21% from a year ago. So let's talk about states and cities. So we've got nationwide, 1 in every 3,000 housing units had a foreclosure filing. States with the worst foreclosure rates. Delaware, you guys, Delaware is literally number 1. They have crept up the list to number 1 with the most foreclosures. But I heard it's a lot of federal jobs up there, right? Like federal employees that might have gotten laid off, and that might be causing the foreclosures. What y'all think? I don't know. So we've got Delaware. We've got South Carolina. I told y'all South Carolina was on this list. Nevada, New Jersey, and Florida. For some reason, this article did not want to tell the cities. that had the most foreclosures. This shows, well, hold on, let's see. Among metro areas with populations 1 million or more, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania recorded the worst foreclosure rate. Who was in here from Philadelphia? Somebody just told me they were from Philadelphia. Where are you? Where's my Philadelphia person? Don't let me come find you, Philadelphia. Brian Kirkland. That's right. Look, Brian, I was about to find you like I'm your mom. Brian Kirkland. All the syllables in your name. Philadelphia recorded the worst foreclosure rate in November. The increase reflects a temporary spike caused by the resumption of data collection in Philadelphia, which added backlogged records. Following Philadelphia were Las Vegas, Cleveland, Orlando, Florida, and Tampa, Florida, with the alligators and hurricanes and HOA in Florida. Shout out to Florida. So let's talk about the first phase of foreclosure. That's the homeowner gets behind. Lenders started the foreclosure process on 23,720 properties in November, down 6% from last month, but up 17% from a year ago. So I've said this before. Usually December, January, we have a holiday moratorium, which means we don't foreclose during the holidays, right? I don't auction in December. Usually like December to January, I don't really auction. Nope, not this year. I have been auctioning. Everybody's still auctioning. There's no moratorium. They are foreclosing on people in December. So if you are watching this and you're behind on your mortgage, talk to your lender, okay? So no moratorium. I guess the bank said we didn't have enough. Enough is enough. So states that had the greatest number of foreclosure starts in November: Florida, 2,819 foreclosure starts. Texas had 2,612. California had 2,090. New York had 1,146, and Illinois had 1,075 new foreclosures for November. This is not like the whole year. We're talking about November. Florida, Texas filing almost 3,000 foreclosures in a month. And they've been doing that like every month. I think October numbers, Texas was like 3,000 new foreclosures. They've been filing like almost 3,000 every single month here lately. So then they posted like the year over year declines instead of posting what I wanted to see, the increases. So they got Boston as a decrease. Boston's foreclosures decreased from 186 to 130. Miami decreased from 768 to 607 foreclosure starts. Sacramento, California had a decrease from 185 to 148. Riverside decreased from 462 to 371. Denver, Colorado decreased from 173 to 145. I guess the people with the most, they didn't want to post them. They just going to give us the people who decreased. I'm trying to see the people who increased. You know what I mean? That's what I came for. And the third and final phase, foreclosure, REO properties. Lenders repossessed 3,884 properties through completed foreclosure, also known as REO properties. An increase of 0.3% from last month and an increase of 26% from last year. States that had the greatest number of REOs in November included Texas with 546, California had 314, Florida had 311, Pennsylvania had 291, and Illinois had 223. Did I call out any of your states or your cities? Y'all mighty quiet in the chat. Y'all mighty quiet. You know I'm used to y'all talking to me, or y'all just trying to be quiet so the Wi-Fi don't mess up. So the Wi-Fi, everybody just be still and be quiet like it's a storm. Y'all just trying to be still and don't click on nothing. The major metropolitan areas with a population greater than 1 million that saw the greatest number of REOs in November. Let's cities. Philadelphia. Who from Philadelphia? I know who from. I'm just kidding. Brian Kirkland. 160 REOs. Chicago, Illinois had 152. Houston, Texas had 134. Dallas, Texas had 116. And New York, I told you New York was on the list, had 94 REOs for the month of November. Kendall Pickens, are we? Hey, cousin. Look, hey, cousin. that is what we have going on. Did I call anybody city or state on the list? I know I did. I called all y'all states and cities, basically. That is what's going on. Key takeaways. Show foreclosure active rising for the ninth straight month year over year, with 35,651 properties reporting a foreclosure filing. Foreclosure starts climbed 20%, while completed foreclosures increased 32% from a year ago. So that means REO banks are starting to take these houses back. More and more people are going into foreclosure. These jobs are laying off. Why we trying not to move to keep You're right. Y'all just hold what you got. Like I said, when it's a storm, you're just supposed to sit down and be quiet. Don't touch nothing. Where are they? Home Steps only sends one every now and then. I feel like the banks are kind of dragging their feet on pushing these REOs out, or they're selling them to hedge funds. You know, Brian, they selling them to bundling up and selling them to hedge funds, and not just trying to sell them one at a time. But yeah, keep Home Steps, Home Path. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we got. What's auction.com looking like? Auction.com. So you know when you're on auction.com, foreclosure sale, those are the auctions. Bank owned is what it says. Bank owned, right? I got a question. If you're new here, you might not know the question, but if you've been here before, you should know the answer. Okay, so Georgia and Texas auction the first Tuesday of the month, right? I don't know if y'all knew that, but now you know. Georgia and Texas auction the first Tuesday of the month, okay? Hold on, I'm trying to filter it by auction.com. They changed up their little website. Okay, so foreclosure sale. So the question that I'm asking everybody, make sure you understand how this works. Can this homeowner who's got an auction scheduled for, let's find somebody, you right here. They have an auction scheduled for January 6th. Can this homeowner still sell their house even though they have an auction scheduled? They've got an auction scheduled. They're on auction.com. We can all see it. You ain't even let me get my question out. You and Brian. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody saying yes? They're on auction.com. They got an auction scheduled for January 6th. I see their picture. Can they still sell their house between now and January 6th? I got 3 yeses. Any no's? Any no's? Or are y'all just going to trust Yul, Brian, and Anthony? Y'all rolling with Yul, Brian, and Anthony that it's a yes, that these homeowners can still sell their house all the way up until January the 6th. The owner can sell up to the auction. Mega Rose said no. So Mega Rose, it's true. They can sell. Homeowners can still all the way up until their auction date. If they can sell that property, they can sell it before their auction. The homeowner is still the decision maker. If they want to hurry up and sell it before it goes to auction so they don't lose it, they absolutely can. And y'all know that's what I do. I reach out to homeowners that are in foreclosure. Absolutely, Megan. That's why you hear. That's why you hear. So you can learn. So that's what I do. I reach out to homeowners that have an auction scheduled or are in foreclosure and about to lose their home and offer my assistance. Yes, a homeowner can sell all the way up until that auction, right? Now, depending on the lender, if you got Mr. Cooper, he might be like, no. He might be like, nope, we ain't taking your money. But most lenders, if you can let them know that you're going to buy it, they will stop that auction and let you that homeowner sell that property, right? So yes, don't be afraid. If you see somebody, don't harass these people, don't intimidate them, don't bully them, don't be mean to them. But you absolutely can reach out to them and see if they want to sell their property, right? Because I mean, you sell it instead of losing it in foreclosure. You know what I mean? Like that looks like a nice one, right? In Atlanta, Fulton County. Look at that one. And if this is your house, I'm sorry. I do not mean to put all your business out. So their auction is Tuesday. Again, Georgia, Texas, they auction the first Tuesday of the month. So Yes, you could reach out to this homeowner and say, hey, I like your house. You thinking about selling? What's the plan? You want to stop the auction? Look at my dog Rex coming on in here tonight. We have not seen you and had your amazing comments that you always share with us, my dog Rex. What's going on down there in Florida? Killer on the list always. So yes, absolutely. The owner can sell instead of losing their property to foreclosure. Okay. So let's keep going. That was just something that I wanted to share with you all in case you did not know that. And if you're a homeowner, because I realize other people watch me besides investors and real estate agents. If you're a homeowner, you can still sell your property before it goes into foreclosure. You can call the bank and ask them for a forbearance. You can ask them for, I don't know, everything, but I know everybody's kind of been through this whole FHA waterfall or whatever the options are at this point. Modification, refinance, repayment plan. You can call and ask them. I had a lady reach out to me. She texted me because y'all will text me. Y'all will watch me on YouTube and then text me. And she was like, my house, I'm behind. And I said, just call the bank. Just call them. Just call them and see what they say. You guys stop trying to outrun auctions. Okay. All you got to do is pick up the phone, say, hey, I'm calling. Tell me what my options are. This is what I got going on. I'm living in this house. I want to keep my house, whatever it is that you want to do. What are my options at this point? And that lady got on the phone with the bank and she was like, I think they gave her a modification or something. And she's like, I literally got it worked out in like 20 minutes. She's like, and all I had to do was pick up the phone. That's all y'all have to do. So here I'm like your fairy godmother, big sister, whatever you want to call me. And I'm telling you to stop ignoring the mail that you're getting. Stop ignoring the phone calls. Just pick up the phone and ask them what your options are. There are millions of people behind on their mortgage right now. Millions. Over 10 million people are behind on their mortgage right now. Pick up the phone. They got a whole department waiting to talk to y'all. You know what I mean? So if you're watching this and you're behind on your mortgage, pick up the phone. Pick up the phone and just talk to them and just say, hey, I'm trying to see what my options are. Tell me what I can do at this point. Okay. Okay. And if you're working with homeowners who are in foreclosure, tell them to pick up the phone and talk to their lender. That's the first step. The first step that you got to take. Okay. So what else are we talking about tonight? What else y'all want to talk about tonight? I haven't been on here in so long. I feel like it's so much we need to discuss, isn't there? You mentioned Home Steps. Home Steps is a REO website. If y'all did not know, there are different REO websites: Home Steps, Home Path, HUD Home Store. What other sites? VRM Properties. That's the VA site. But we'll look at Home Steps for right now, right? In Home Steps, again, when you're buying a bank-owned property, it's the same thing, you guys. You can use traditional financing, FHA, 203K, conventional, VA loans. You can do all of that, okay? You get an inspection. You can go walk inside of that house. You put down earnest money, right? Understand that when you're buying a bank-owned property, what you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. The bank is not going to do any repairs for you, okay? So you need to make sure you put that in your offer. If it needs new carpet, new paint, whatever you think it needs, put that in the offer, right? And what I mean is subtract that from the price. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Not put it in the offer that you want them to paint. How much does paint cost? Okay, well, subtract that from you know what I mean? Make sure you allow that for your budget, okay? Because the bank is not going to do it. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? So they also have, if you come on here, let's see, making an offer. What to include with your offer. It's just like your typical home buying process, right? Sales contract, pre-approval letter, proof of funds, earnest money. The offer must be in writing. You know what I mean? So it's the typical home buying process. You can use your own agent, right? If you're a home buyer or an investor, you can use your own agent if you want to, and they'll get paid commission. Banks pay that 3%. I know y'all over on the residential market arguing about commission. Banks will pay the 3%, to each side. On average, complete offers are responded to or countered within 48 hours. It's the end of the year. I would start making some offers to these banks so they can move them, right? It's the end of the year. Start making some offers to these banks and see if they want to let go of some of these properties. What is the benefit of taking a course to get a designated short sale and foreclosure as a realtor? I think it teaches you more. I feel like in our industry, we don't really talk short sale, foreclosures. You know what I mean? Short sale is a whole beast by itself, right? Doing a short sale deal, dealing with the banks, the appraisals, all like short sale is a whole beast. I think it just gives you more knowledge for sure. And most agents don't fool with short sales, right? Most agents don't deal with short sales. They don't deal with foreclosures. They don't deal with any that kind of just separates you from everybody for sure, for sure. Yes, it can be overwhelming when you get behind. Call and find out about the loan modifier. I've done it twice. Come on, Mega Rose. That's what I'm talking about. Do real estate agents have access to master lists of trustees, especially with foreclosure websites? Most agents do not deal with foreclosures. You talking to your auction mama. I specialize in foreclosures. I'm an auctioneer, so of course I know the trustees, right? But it's because I'm in this side of the industry. Most agents can't tell you how to bid at the auction. Most agents, and it's no shade, y'all know that, no shade, no shade at all. If you don't, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but y'all know what I'm saying. If you're not in that, if you have no interest in working the distressed market, you wouldn't know what goes on the distressed market, right? Like I don't work commercial, so I'm not really familiar with the commercial market like that. I specialize in the distressed market. So I know trustees and auctions. I'm an auctioneer. You know what I mean? Before I became an auctioneer, I didn't know who the trustees were. You know what I mean? So a lot of agents just don't have that knowledge, right? Because they work residential with your first time home buyers and your owner occupants, right? So it's just my special, that's my niche, right? You know what I mean? So a lot of times agents don't know that. But since you asked for that, I'll make sure to include that in the masterclass on Thursday. But I'll give you a trustee while we're right here on the, I was about to say while we sitting here on the phone. Hold on. I'll share one with you. Hold on, and we're gonna pray about the Wi-Fi. Hold on, share. Trustees. Y'all can see my blink if you can see my screen. Yule, can you see my screen? So everybody's like, why you want to know what the trustees are? Who are the trustees or the foreclosure attorneys? Thanks, Yule. So when a home goes into foreclosure, y'all gonna learn today. This is like your pre-master class before your master class. This is your appetizer before the main meal on Thursday. So when a homeowner goes into foreclosure, right? The bank is gonna call you a couple of times. You early, Epicurus. Me, don't worry. We gonna talk for a while. You're not late. I might need to plug in my computer, but that's all right. So it is. Adam Data is free. I will drop that in the chat. It absolutely is. It's free. Click on insights and like real estate articles and click on that. Yeah. So trustees, y'all know I feel like when my face is in the screen, you can hear me better for some reason. So homeowner gets behind on their mortgage, right? Say with Bank of America. Bank of America is going to call you a couple of times. When you going to pay us? You're not paying us again this month? Okay, bet. Bank of America does not have time to harass you and get their money back, right? They're going to turn your file over to their attorneys or their trustees, right? And they're going to say, Miss Johnson hadn't paid in 3 months. We need to handle this, right? Foreclose on her, get our money back, boom, handle it. So then the trustee or the attorney, they start working that case, right? They're going to send you a certified letter letting you know that notice of sale or notice of default. Your auction is scheduled for January 6th. Either you pay your complete past due balance by January 6th or your house is going up for auction, right? They're the ones who schedule your auction. A lot of times you got to talk to that trustee to find out what the complete balance or your payoff is or your reinstatement amount, right? So the attorneys or the trustees are like the keeper of the foreclosures, basically. So a lot of times they will post on their website the properties that are going up for auction, right? And then if you can see that, then you kind of get a little head start on reaching out to homeowners if that's what you do, right? Like I do. I reach out to homeowners, call them, and all the other things, right? So now that's what Yule was trying to figure out. Where are the trustees that work in your area? So I'm gonna give you one. I'll give you a couple of them. Can y'all see my screen? Blink if you can see my screen. I'm waiting for somebody to blink. We are. Look, we holding strong. We holding strong. It's gonna be a Christmas miracle. So Ruben Lublin, he is a well-known trustee, foreclosure trustee. When you're on his site, Ashley, what are we looking for? Because y'all will be like, do I call the trustee? No, you don't call them. They're not going to talk to you. You are not the homeowner. Okay. They're not going to talk to you. Right. But what you're looking for is if they post their foreclosures, right? So they do. Ruben Lublin's really good about this. All trustees don't post, but a few of them do. So here's Georgia, right? Can everybody see my screen? Y'all can see my screen? Yep. Okay, I see y'all blinking and winking. So what did I say? Sometimes they will post their auctions ahead of time. This is Georgia. So auction scheduled for January 6th, right? It's got the address. It's got the city. Sometimes it'll have the opening bid. It's kind of early. So let's look at, this is the next year, 2026 auctions for January 6th, okay? Georgia, Texas, they auction the first Tuesday of the month. Here is next month's auctions. And let's just scroll and see how long we're going to keep scrolling. So we're Atlanta. This is Fulton County. So I'm going to ask the question again. Can you reach out to these people who are in foreclosure? Yes or no? Hold on. Did I lose my... Y'all, I thought the screen cut off. I clicked too much and I thought I lost y'all. Yes. Okay. There you go. You. Okay. Now we got Cobb, Union, DeKalb County, Glenn, Gwinnett. This is still January 6th. We're going to keep going. Rockdale County. So, I mean, if you was a real go-getter, you got a list that you could be working right now. Decatur County, everybody, this is Georgia. Gwinnett, Fulton, we still January 6th. These are still the auctions scheduled for January 6th. All these people's houses are going up for auction January 6th, unless one of y'all call them and try to talk to them and help them, right? Or they file bankruptcy. Here we go. We still January 6th, you guys. We still in January 6th auctions. Y'all see how long this list is? Okay, we're at Macon. McDonald's a good area, isn't it? Like McDonough County. I feel like y'all always tell me that. It's still January 6th, you guys. I'm still scrolling. Still scrolling. Stone Mountain. That's another place. Let's keep going. Let's see if I can get. There we are. What date is that? That's February the 3rd. They have auctions posted for February the 3rd. These people have not even gotten their notice of sale yet, probably. It usually comes out about 30 days. Can you reach out to people who have auctions February the 3rd? February the 3rd. Yes or no? Do you have 2 months to reach out to them and help them and offer your assistance? February 3rd? Yes. Yes, you do. So that's what Yule was asking about trustees, because a lot of them will post their upcoming auctions, which will kind of give you a little head start if you know what I mean, if you know how to work. So this is February, y'all. They got February auctions posted. I don't want to make y'all dizzy. I'm trying to see if we got any March. There's a bunch in it. Okay, there's a March. March starts right there. So there's March auctions. But if they got an auction scheduled for March, they have probably not paid their mortgage in like years at this point. There's March auctions. So That is what Yule was asking. How do you find trustees? And yes, I have a whole list of trustees across the country. But boom, that is why some investors look for the trustees or the foreclosure attorneys. They're like the keepers of the houses, right? And sometimes you can get a head start if you know who they are or where they are in your um, city. Now, I'm going to show you something because it's a little, because I just love y'all so much. There's Avi. I was just talking about you. Y'all, everybody say hey to Avriel. She's the one in Austin who works the foreclosures. Avriel, how many, look, she'd be like, Ashley, don't start your foolishness. Avriel, how many REOs do you, oh, they had a question, Avi. When you do a BPO, how close to the list price, like when you give them your broker price opinion, how close do the banks, is it close like what you said it would be like in your BPO? Do you feel like they take your advice and price it where you put it in the BPO? Do you feel like that? That was a question we got, even though I asked it real crazy, but you understood. Do they take your value into consideration when they price the REOs? Ask Gabriel how many BPOs she got. Yes. Okay. Somebody asked me that and I was like, wait until somebody get on here who know. So yeah, they take, she said, yes, they do take your BPO into consideration, your price that you give them into consideration. Boom. If y'all got questions, y'all better ask her. She's in the mentorship. She's our Austin auctioneer, BPO, REO queen down there. How many, watch this. I had 13 for the month. Look, I'm getting one BPO a day. Avriel, how many BPOs you got? And how many REO listings do you have? Don't text my phone either, telling me to leave you alone. Tell the people how many BPOs you have and how many REOs you have. So that is a trustee. Y'all can watch and she'll tell you. Boom. So that's how you find, that's what the trustee, that's why some people like to reach out to trustees. Boom. If you're a homeowner, and I always talk about if your house goes up for auction, do not forget to request, look at that, 32 BPOs and 38 REOs. She down there in Austin. So if you in Texas, she does BPOs, Austin, Dallas, that whole area down there in Texas, right? So she had 32 BPOs for the month and I'm at 13. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Ashley. It just depends. It depends on who you work for. It's so many platforms. It can range from $55 to $150, right? That's how people making like six figures doing BPOs. Imagine. Y'all, I need to plug up my computer before it's not the Wi-Fi we're worrying about. It's the it's the cord. It's the cord. So, but y'all can read my screen while I go do this. If your house goes up for auction and you're a homeowner, you guys, I always tell you, get your excess funds. After your auction, a lot of times the bank is just trying to clear that balance. If your house gets bid up, there will be excess funds. There will be money left over, right? The homeowner is entitled to that money. Go get your coins so they're not having Christmas bonuses on your overages and your surplus. Let me plug up my computer. Okay, I'm back, you guys. I'm back. Okay, so we are back in business. I didn't want this to go off. How much is the bank volume is important? So the bank can ask more for the opening bid than the loan balance. So a lot of times when it comes to auctions, they're going to put in there. So usually for me, the opening bid is the loan balance, right? I've never asked for more either, right? So the opening bid is the loan balance. So whatever that homeowner owed plus foreclosure fee, that attorney fee, because you know the attorney's got to get paid, their attorney fees and all that will be in the opening bid. But it's not like I ain't charging you to get in the auction, right? It ain't no cover charge at the auction. Now, these online platforms, they charge y'all. They charge y'all like those buyer premiums. Sometimes they charge. I do trustee sales. Avriel does trustee sales in Austin. I only charge that opening bid is the loan balance, right? I don't do buyer premiums. I don't do any of that. I'm at the courthouse, right? So whatever, if I say the opening bid is $60,000, boom, that's what it is. That's the only amount of money that I want for you, plus whatever it gets bid up. You know what I mean? But there's no buyer premium with me. But a lot of these online sites do want a buyer premium. So be mindful of that. So the bank can ask for more than the loan balance. I've never asked. Yeah. So what I was saying is get your excess funds. If you're a homeowner, you are entitled to that money. So if the opening bid is $100,000, that's what the bank is trying to clear. That's how much the homeowner owed the bank. Opening bid $100,000. It gets bid up to $150,000 because it's a great house with equity. That homeowner is entitled to that $50,000 difference. But most homeowners don't know to go get their money, right? You got to call the trustee. They probably gonna make you jump through some hoops to get your coins. Y'all just gonna have to be some hoop jumping people and go get your $50,000. Okay. But a lot of people don't even know to call and get that money, right? They just go into foreclosure. I lost my house. Boom. You might got $50,000 waiting on you. You know what I mean? So don't forget that. And if you know somebody who's been in foreclosure, remind them to go get their coins. Okay. Go get your coins. Philly's auctions are on bid for assets and they charge. Oh, okay. They don't have any like trustee sales like at the courthouse or anything like that. They don't do courthouse sales. Maybe not. I guess everybody doesn't do that. Okay, let's see. What else are we talking about tonight, you guys? It's 7:50. Y'all want me to keep talking? Yes, y'all do. Don't forget, free masterclass. I see y'all coming in here. Free masterclass next Thursday, December 18th, 7 p.m. Central. The link is in the chat or it's in the description below. It is absolutely free. Let's talk foreclosures and the plan for 2026, right? So click that, register for the class. Mentorship, you guys, y'all ask me all kinds of questions on the mentorship. We have moved to 4 mentorships in 2026, one every single quarter because we are all working. We all working and doing BPOs and all this kind of stuff. So we're moving to one mentorship a quarter, 6 weeks. Once you're in forever, right? So the people who jump in January, y'all get to be in the mentorship all year, basically. For that, that's it. Right now, it is discounted because we're in the middle of a mentorship, right? So you kind of get the prorated rate. And then next week, it'll go back up to the regular price. That link is down below too. It's in the link. So Avriel is in the mentorship. I told y'all. So, she's the one helping me when I be stressed out with BPOs. I'd be like, what does this mean, friend? I know she over there laughing. I got another revision. What does this mean? So, that's what it is. We got a strong community for sure. If y'all have not heard about it. I'm seeing a lot of auctions in Chicago area that are not getting their reserve. Is that home bank owned or is the owner just staying there until they get their reserve? So I think it depends. So if you don't know, there's different auctions, right? He said a reserve. There's reserve auction and y'all, my mind is failing me. Reserve and the other one. When it's a reserve, like I don't do reserve auctions. I cannot think of the name for the other one. Reserve and I can't think of it. When there is no reserve. There's a name for it, but I can't. My mind is failing me right now. Reserve auctions mean that there is a minimum that has to be met, right? Or the house will not sell. If the bank does not meet that reserve, it might buy the homeowner some time, or it might just go back to the bank. Like when properties don't sell at the auction, they revert back to the bank and become REO properties. Now, I have seen here with me, I don't know, Avriel, here with me, I've had properties like go up for auction, it didn't sell, and it bought that homeowner a little bit more time. It's going to depend on your lender. Everything depends on your lender, right? Some lenders give you 150 chances. They're going to try to put you through a modification, refinance, forbearance, deferment, repayment plan. They're trying to help you, right? There are some lenders that are like, pay us, you got to get out. We want our money now, get out, right? So it just depends on that lender. Why can I not think of the other name of the auction? There is reserve, and I have a real estate sales license in Maryland, have never used it. Sales is not my strongest skill. However, I'm very interested in purchasing foreclosures and multifamily properties. You got it. You got it. You know what I mean? When we talk, let's see, I'm going to share my screen with you again. Share. When we start talking commercial real estate, that could be, so you mean multifamily? Sometimes that's on commercial, sometimes it's not. You know what I mean? Let's see. I'm on CREXI, and they have, hold on, blink if you can see my screen before I start talking and you can't see nothing. Blink if you can see my screen. I am not going to start talking if y'all don't start blinking. Blink if you can see my screen. Maryland, you need to be up there working those foreclosures. Maryland is on the list, you guys. Maryland. Blank. Okay. Absolute. That's what it is. Reserve and absolute. I could not think of that. Thank you, Kevin. I'm like, what is the other word I'm looking for? Reserve and absolute. I do absolute auctions. Yes, that's what it is. I could not think of it, you guys. Absolute auctions. So when I say the opening bid is $80,000, as long as I get $80,001, boom, the house sells. Now, reserve bid means they have a minimum that has to be met. And if you don't hit that minimum, the property will not sell, which really don't make sense. The opening bid should be, you know what I mean? It should be whatever the reserve is. But I do absolute auctions. You can bid $1 over, depending on the trustee. You can bid a penny over and get that property, right? Reserve, they got a minimum they got to meet. If they don't meet it, the property does not sell. Boom, there it is. Thank you. Teamwork makes the dream work, because I could not think of what the name was, you guys. So, absolute and reserve. You know, there it is. My mind was, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. So, I'm on CREXI, which is a commercial real estate site. You can see they have retail, multifamily, office, industrial, hospitality, mixed use. Click on multifamily. Look, they got student housing, single. I guess I haven't been on here in a while. Student families, student housing, single family, RV, and apartment building. I wonder if we can just search without having to do all that. And you can. And it'll bring up, I'll drop this in the chat for you. I'll say I'll have this site. Looking for multifamily. Boom. I dropped the link in the chat. So they have all kinds of things. When you look, they got a laundromat. Sometimes they have hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. You know what I mean? You can buy you a little Olive Garden, a little Dollar Tree. So if you're looking for multifamily, boom, that's a site that you can check out. Let's see what's going on auction.com. Do they have any let's do foreclosures. Multifamily. No, I don't really see any. I don't need to put Atlanta, but you just got to look. But CREX1, Ashley, would you please remind seniors to take advantage of the homestead exemptions for seniors? This really has helped me with my taxes. I need all the seniors to remember to do your homestead taxes, because it has really helped Mega Rose. So don't forget to do that for your taxes. Yes, I will, Mega Rose. I got you. And thank you, Mega Rose, for sharing that. We thank you, because every little bit helps, you guys, because y'all taxes be ridiculous. Ridiculous. Everybody's getting reassessed with taxes. Since all the houses got bid up a couple years ago, now they're reassessing those taxes, and everybody's mortgage is going up. That's another reason why people in foreclosure, these taxes done started going up. And they tell y'all, get a fixed payment. It's going to be the same. The only thing that stays the same is principal and interest. Taxes and insurance can double, triple, and quadruple depending on where you live. So be mindful of that. Alex Cooper is a good site for foreclosures. Did I miss something? You said, Alex. You're welcome. Thank you, Pete. Ashley, boom, boom, boom. Okay. If I missed it, type it again. Sorry, you guys. So that's another good site, auction.com, VRM Properties. This is that VA bank-owned site, vrmproperties.com. Look, see, they got some like nice properties. Y'all, everybody's always like foreclosures are look like foreclosures are in the hood. Not necessarily. Avery will tell you everything she filed last week was $600,000 and above. So don't be fooled. Big and small, the bank will take them all. You know what I mean, you guys? So let's look and see what's going up for auction this week. I know y'all like Ashley. Why don't you ask us what we want to look at? I'm not going to ask you. Look, this is my birthday on December 16th, you guys. Let's see what's going up for auction. Am I missing any comments? If I'm missing some comments, y'all tell me. Let's see what's going up for auction. You know, I always want the ones with the highest bid. Let's go look at last week and see if anything sold last week. Because really, properties are not selling. Here's one in Cascade, Montana. Can y'all see my screen before I really start talking and y'all can't even see my screen? Can y'all see it? Yes. Blink if you can see my screen before we start talking auctions. I'm on an auction site right here, in case y'all want. We have talked pre-foreclosures, REO properties. Let's talk auctions, and then we're going to go to bed. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. Okay, y'all can see. Okay, so this is last week. If you are new to this site, this column tells you the property address. This tells you the county, state, the time of the auction. This lane right here will tell you the opening bid or if it's been canceled. CXL means canceled. PP means postponed. And the number is the opening bid in case you are new here and have not seen this site. I was going to try to highlight it, but I could not. Auctions get postponed. People file bankruptcy. People auctions can get postponed for anything. They might be trying to fill out modification paperwork, right? And they're waiting for that modification paperwork to go through. Bankruptcy usually cancels, but I think at this point, bankruptcies are just postponing auctions right now. But postpone just means it's moved to another date, or they might be trying to sell it, right? And the bank is like, okay, I'm going to give you till February 10th to sell it. So that's what PP means. And the number is the opening bid. Does that make sense to everybody? It does. For those who are realtors, are you seeing discounts on some of the REOs that are being sold like 10, 20, blah, blah, blah. Y'all read CD. My dog Rex, taxes on private, non-commercial property is fraud. Read the law and learn. There go my dog Rex, baby. He gonna come every time with you with some state laws and some info. He's the rebel of our group. And I love him every time he come on here. Down there in Florida. So opening bid. Let's see anything sold. So if this number, this is the opening bid, this is the result if it's sold. If these two numbers are the same, that means it did not sell at auction. It went back to the bank and is what? An REO property. So that didn't sell. That didn't sell. This sold though. Opening bid was 18,000 and it sold for 133 in Montana. 1401 6th Avenue South. Y'all want to see what that look like? Let's see what it look like and pray that the Wi-Fi stays strong. I'm trying to put hold on. Look, I'm probably doing too much. Y'all know I do too much half the time. You'll be like, Ashley, just don't do it. Okay, so let's see. There it is. Okay, she's cute. Opening bid was 18,000. Can y'all see her? No, y'all couldn't see her. Hold on. Now y'all can see her. Okay. Opening bid was 18,000 and she sold for 133,000 in Great Falls, Montana. Would y'all buy her? Well, I guess if it's worth 247, see, y'all could have called them easily and offered them like $30,000, $40,000. Opening bid was $18,000. So somebody should have called them in Great Falls, Montana. Y'all was slipping. Let's see what else we got going. Lots of postponements. Let's see. Any good? You know, I look for the ones with the big numbers. There's a 1.2 million. There was an apartment complex that went up. I think it was 16 million. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. There's one that sold. 2 million was the opening bid in Arizona. Let's see. Oh, it's some apartments. You guys, this is an apartment complex. Opening bid was 2 million and it sold for 3.4 million. The Sierra Antigua apartments went up for auction. Well, somebody just bought themselves an apartment complex, didn't they? That's for the lot, not for the house. Florida Avenue. Oh, okay. Let's see. Are y'all with me? If y'all got questions, drop them in the chat so I can answer them. If not, we about to go to sleep, you guys. Oh, here's one. Look at this opening bid. $16 million. I think this is another apartment complex in Washington. It's a lot of investors losing their properties, huh? Look at me, huh? Y'all are like, yeah, Ashley, if you say so. Oh, I don't know what it is for 16 million. Was that the right address? 6500 South 103rd Road. And see, that's it, isn't it? Maybe it's a house back up in there. No, it is some apartments. It is Sky Ridge Townhomes. There it is. I'm like, hold on. Opening bid was $16 million. Opening bid was $16 million. So, whoop, there it is. So, it looks like it didn't sell their investor. They look brand new, don't they? They probably ran out of money, or they probably couldn't get them rented out and went into foreclosure. But that's what I said, Epicurious. Sky Ridge Townhomes. They brand new. They look brand new. There they are. Details built in 2024. 38 units, 4 stories. Built last year and already in foreclosure. In foreclosure. Offers a combination of comfort. The community is located blah, 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 blah. 38 units, 4 stories. In foreclosure. Opening bid was 16 million. There it is. So they went up for auction. Doesn't look like they sold. But there, here, I'll drop the site in the chat for y'all if y'all want to look at auctions. I don't know. It didn't look like a ski resort. I don't know. Did it look ski resort to y'all? It's just like Sky Ridge Townhomes. You know what I mean? But in Seattle, Washington. Look, you know, Starbucks and all them laying off in Washington too. Seattle getting hit hard with layoffs. So I don't know. They brand new 2024 went into foreclosure. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. But I dropped the chat. I dropped that site in the chat. I dropped this auction site in the chat. So you can see if you're looking at auctions, and you can go back sometimes, like let's look at, and then we can go to bed. So the first Tuesday of the month. So this is Georgia. This was the first Tuesday of December. So a lot of Georgia auctions selling what didn't sell. Like I said, if this number and this number are the same, that means it didn't sell. Like didn't sell. Let me see if anything sold. This is the first Tuesday of the month. So it's going to be a lot of Georgia, a lot of Texas. Didn't sell, didn't sell, didn't sell. Can y'all see all this? Not selling. This one sold for $1 over. And it's a bunch of Georgia because it's first. Didn't sell, didn't sell. So when they don't sell, you guys, what do? They go back to the bank and become what? REO properties. So hopefully we see an increase in REO properties, or they're just going to sell them to the hedge funds. But maybe we'll see a few of them. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Didn't sell, didn't sell. These opening bids are just too high a lot of time. Most of these people just bought, you know what I mean? Like in the last couple of years, that opening bid. Don't forget the loan balance is the opening bid. So if you just bought 2-3 years ago, you owe that whole loan, right? It's hold on. It looked like, is this, did they rebuild it? No, they didn't rebuild it. Did they rebuild it? No, they didn't. 385. Opening bid on this was 385, and it went back to the bank. I probably wouldn't be paying 385 either. Way overpriced. 500K per unit. Yeah, it looks like inconvenient. Thanks. A happy early birthday. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys. Let's see if we can find something else. 285, 374. Didn't sell. 249 opening bid. 245 didn't sell. Didn't sell. Didn't sell. Didn't sell. This one was 119, sold for 135. Let's see what this one was for 402. 818 College. They just not buying. I mean, they just not selling. You know what I mean? You can't see this one. Why am I getting all the ones that we can't see? You know, we like a good property to look at. Let's find one that I can see. 30 down. Here come Texas, Dallas, Texas. They're not selling down there either. Texas, Harris County, Grayson County. They're not selling. Well, 185. This one sold. This is Arizona. Vacant land. What is this? 25 million? Is that what that says? What is 1532? What is this for 25 million? It looks like a couple of properties, a bundle of properties. I don't know what it is, y'all. I know y'all like, Ashley, you were on a whole live and I'm even here with y'all. Y'all are with me. Y'all just have to go through my whole thought process with me. Building. What is this? Oh, it looks like it was going to be something, right? And they never built it, is what it looks like. Right? Like when I just clicked on it, where I put the address in there, developer completes acquisition of Sunset Highlands site. The property is slated for a 13-story office and entertainment complex. But it didn't get built, I guess, right? Oh, yeah, then page not found. Well, it says the opening bid was 25 million. So I guess it was the land and all that for these 4 properties. 1532, 67, 25 million. I guess it never got off the ground, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what y'all doing in California. It might be a 1-bedroom, 1-bath for 25 million. Y'all know how y'all get down in California on the West Coast. 500 square feet studio for 25 million. Wait a second. Wait a second. I was trying to see if we could find another one. Lots of auctions. San Diego, postpone, LA. I dropped this in the chat so y'all can go look for yourselves. You know what I mean? Y'all can go check it out. What is this in Orange County? 409 South Flower. Y'all just got to come on my live and just pretend like you're working with me. See, that's exactly my point. Exactly. My point exactly. This proves my point, what I just said. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 820 square feet for $600,000. This just proved my point. Proved my point. You know what I mean? Like in Memphis, that would be like $27,000, $18,000. In California, it's $624,000. Look at the picture that they used. Prove my picture. You're right. It does give it character. You're right. That's how the agent does. Good curb appeal. If you are looking for that family home with a white picket fence, look no further. Look no further. You got a covered carport, room for 2 cars. Only 1 car is going to be covered though. So the awning, you got a nice little outside garden. I mean, you know how agents do. A beautiful garden you can wake up to in the morning. Walk through your beautiful garden in the morning, right? You can sit under the awning. You know what I mean? Your electric bill is not going to be high because you don't have that much electricity flowing through it. If you ever wanted a white picket fence, this is your house. Period. That's what the comments are going to say. Looking for a white picket fence? This is the house for you. That's the color they were going for, CD. why the house look brown. That if you want to imagine it's get into nature. Get into nature. That's what it is. 624,000 opening bid was 448,000. That is a deal. That is a steal. The house is worth 647,000. Opening bid was 448. Don't play with them. Somebody go get that house and call it a day and repaint your white picket fence. Mm, mm, mm. That's what I'm talking about. Steal. Let's see anything else out here. LA. Let's see what this one looked like for 1.2 million. Let's see if we can get 2 bathrooms. Come on, 2 bathrooms for 2 million. Okay. Much better, you guys. Look at that. Look at that. But I see the expense. I know you see it. Curious. You should have called them and reached out to them. You should have called them and reached out to them. So here we go. This one is opening bid was 1.2 million. Hold on, I went to the wrong. 1.2 million. So the opening bid was higher than what it looks like it is worth. It looked like they probably just bought it. Welcome to the stunning 256 days on. Let's see when they bought it. They bought it in 2019, maybe. 2000. A loan was issued in 2019, looks like. Unpaid balance was $1 million. Okay, I'm better with you on 4 bedrooms, 4 baths in California for one, but you can't get me on the 600,000 for, the white picket fence. But, such is life. Such is life. Trying to see if there's anything else we need to look at. Y'all can go look at this for yourself. I'm not going to play with y'all all night. But there you go. Check out this site. You can go back and look at past auctions. You can see what's coming up this week. I'm working this week. I am working this week. So you can see what's coming up. And they've added like Florida and everything. They must be getting new cities and stuff, counties. The foreclosures are coming. Okay, that's all I got for you. I was trying to see if there's anything interesting coming up. Orange County, the OC. OC. Okay, y'all can go look for yourselves in your spare time. Yes, happy birthday to us. Yeah, I'm live. Can you believe it? CJ, look at God. Look at him working in this place, CJ Hawkins. But yes, thank you. And happy birthday to all the Sagittarius. My birthday is on Tuesday. Amen. It was a birthday miracle. It's a Christmas birthday miracle. The Wi-Fi stayed with us. Don't forget, we have a masterclass on a Thursday. The link is pinned to the top. It is absolutely free this Thursday, December 18th, 7 p.m. Central. We're talking all about foreclosures. And let's talk about the plan for 2020. What is the information in the last column? That was if it sold, right? If it sold, they would have the price that it sold for. Or if it didn't sell, then it would be the same number. That was that last column. Can you do one in Tennessee and tell us about the area if you know? Do what, Cynthia? What you want me to look? Cynthia, what you want me to do? So click on the link so y'all can join the masterclass on Thursday. It's absolutely free. You're the 16th as well. Look at us. We're twins. December 16th, Sagittarius. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if you're interested in the mentorship, AV's down there. Come see Avery. That's why people come to them for AV and Kia and Ray and all the heavy hitters in the mentorship. That's who y'all want to see. Mentorship. Don't forget, we're going to 4 mentorships in 2026, right? So 1 every quarter, 6 weeks. Once you're in, you're in. So if you join in January, you're in for the rest of the year. You get all the mentorships, right? We meet again on Wednesday. So if you join, you get to come to class on Wednesday. I'll see y'all in the masterclass on Thursday. I'm trying to see what Cynthia want me to do. Or we all finna go to bed. Because y'all know I get sleepy. I get sleepy. Cynthia, you don't have to email me. And then I would come out here tomorrow, but I'm going to dinner tomorrow. Right? So, Okay, you guys, are y'all ready to go to bed? I think we're all tired and ready to go to bed. Cynthia, you email me the question. Oh, if y'all need to email me, your agent Ashley at Gmail, your agent Ashley. I'm gonna type it in the chat. Your agent Ashley at gmail.com. There is the link to the masterclass. It is absolutely free. I think a bunch of y'all have already signed up for it. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate it. So I will see either y'all on Wednesday in mentorship, or I will see you Thursday in the masterclass, right? So come, it's free. I just posted a new video on YouTube, so go watch that. Go watch that. Got my first email from me the other day, and I have to join pay. What, Cassandra? I don't know. Once you sign up for anything with me, a masterclass, a freebie, you're in the email list. I got like 10,000 people on my email list. So y'all check your spam. Check your spam for my emails, okay? Y'all get one from me in the morning. So there was one in Georgia for $7,000. Look at Cynthia. Cynthia gonna try to work me tonight. Cynthia, hold on. There was one in Georgia that did not sell. Was it last? See, look, Cynthia, now I gotta go. Oh, it was Georgia, so that means it was the first Tuesday of the month. Let's see. It might have been some land. A lot of times when they're super cheap, it is land. Look at Cynthia. Oh, right here. This one. 7,000 DeKalb. Opening bid. It did. It sold for $1 over. You see 7,955. It sold for 7,956. Let's see what you can get for $7,000 in DeKalb, Georgia. Wait a minute. Look, wait a minute. It looked like somebody bought a second lien. Hold on. When did they buy this house? Because if they just bought it recently, oh yeah, they bought a second lien probably. They just bought it in 2018. So don't forget, you guys, don't get got. You're going to get your feelings hurt for the rest of the year. At the auction, I said the opening bid is the loan balance, right? So if they bought in 2018, unless they paid damn near cash for it, they should still owe some money on that house. Their balance should not be at 7,000. So a lot of times at the auction, you know, I'm not going to go through this, but you only buy certain liens at the auction, right? You buy first liens in first position. You buy that primary mortgage, right? So hold on. Did y'all see you in masterclass? There was one. Okay. So a lot of times if somebody gets a HELOC on their house, right? A home equity line of credit, they'll stop paying that, right? And that will go into foreclosure. So that might be what happened. Like $7,000 for that house. They just bought it in 2018. That does not make sense, right? So hopefully, I don't know. It looked like somebody bought a second lien because that house, the opening bid should have been much higher than that, honestly. Honestly. So hopefully whoever bought it did their due diligence and didn't just think they were about to get possession of that house for $7,000. You know what I mean? So, okay, guys. All right. So hopefully that made sense, Cynthia. Isn't land good for tiny home rentals? Yeah, I think land. I feel like if you buy land, properties, everything, you know what I mean? I think it's always good. The golden rule, whoever has the goal makes the rule. So houses, land, you know what I mean? Get it at a good price, hold on to it. Okay, you guys, let's go to sleep. Sign up for the masterclass. I'll see y'all there. Thank you, you guys. Thanks for the birthday wishes. So, all right, you guys, have a good night. Y'all know I'm on Instagram, Your Agent Ashley on Instagram. I'm right here on YouTube, and I will see you in the class. All right, you guys, have a good night. And the Wi-Fi lasted. If you're watching the replay of this, click down below for the links to the masterclass. Click in the description below. That was a second lien, Cynthia. all the time. God is good. Kept our Wi-Fi strong. Oh, I'm trying to talk to y'all. Okay. Good night, y'all. Good night.